welcome to Minecraft Funcraft. Nifty name, I made it up by myself. Anyways, something went horribly wrong with the recording, and so now I have to narrate what happens. And so pretty much right here I'm talking about like pressing F5 to make it third person stuff. And then I like talk about, oh my god, I'm gonna die, and all that stuff. And so then I like walk over here and stuff, and I'm like trying to find a spot, like a mountain spot where I was trying to get to. And then right here I jump off and I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. And then I like start adjusting fog because of the lag. And it doesn't look like it's lagging in the video, but whenever I was recording, it was lagging. Hello! This thing, the volume, it looks like I'm not even talking at all. And right here, I'm pretty much like, oh my god, I'm gonna die! Again, and then I like fall in the water, I'm like, oh my god, I thought I was gonna die, and then I start jumping up here. And then I see the lamp, and I'm like, hey, look, there's the lamp. And then I die, which you will see shortly. Right now I'm talking about using swords for the shovels are like crappy. And then I decide to jump off the edge and die. Lovely. Here we go. Way-ho! Alright, and right now I'm talking about, oh man, that sucks. I'll just leave my stuff right back there. And then I'm like, you know what, I'll just stay the night on this island. And then I head back here and decide to go beat up some zombies with my bare hands. And then right here, I'm like, hey, look, there's a whole horde of zombies. And then I'm like, and then about right here I say, pimp slap. And then I start talking about the zombie stupidity. So yeah, pretty much what's happening right now. And at the top left corner is supposed to say like Minecraft beta 0.9000, something like that. And then I like talking about destroying that water and letting the water in so that the zombies will die. And then I'm like, oh my god. And then when I jump over there, I'm like, oh my god, let's destroy that so zombies can't get up. And then well, I'm not gonna go on telling about what the whole video's about. And here's where I'm like, oh my god, zombies. And then I like say, there, slap him back into the hole. And then I'm like, oh my god, skeleton. And so I run for my life. And then go back. And right here's the really funny part. I just walk over here, and I'm like, you know, when I'm feeling down and feel like I could just die, you know what I do? Well, I'll tell you what I do when I get up there. Alright, when I'm down and I feel like I could just die, you know what I do? I commit suicide. Here I go. Whee! Boom. That's like exactly what I said. And then I'm like, and here's my secondary house. And then I like look at the sign and stuff, and man, this is gonna be really boring. Gee, it's so boring around here. And then I start talking about getting that skeleton to kill that creeper. And then I start going on about how this I am Sly Hunter 2000, and I forgot my freaking password. Yeah, that's terrible. Forgot my password. So yeah, and now I'm like, oh my god, creeper. And then I'm like, hey skeleton, kill me. And then I'm like, oh yeah, kill me. And so now I set off on a quest to defeat the skeleton, which I do not defeat, in case you're wondering. There's only been 4 minutes so far, and I'm already getting bored of talking about it, and I died again. Way-ho! that was just a test because that microphone volume thing is looking like I'm not talking at all. And then I'm like, hey, commit suicide by cactus. And so now I'm heading for my quest in my house. And I start talking about, hey, creeper, come over here. I dare you to explode on me. And then I'm like, no, don't explode on me. And then he explodes, and I'm like, oh, look, there's a big landmark. And pretty much right here, I'm just talking about random things. Way-ho. I have it stuck in my head. You know what? At the end of the video, I'll give you a little surprise. But you'll have to wait till the end of the video to see what the surprise is. It's your mom in a box. No, I'm just kidding. It's your dad in a box. No, I'm just kidding about that too. I'm not telling you what it is, because if I told you what it is, then you... Now that I think about it, I'd probably skip to the end of the video. And then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna go down to Harriet Tubman's Underground Railroad. And then I start making references to Family Guy. Hey, could that be Harriet Tubman's Secret Underground Railroad? I think it is. Go, little trains, go! That was a loud sigh. My voice is changing. And then I'm like, what the... And then I like start talking about terrorists and Chuck Norris. For some apparent reason. And then I'm like, hey, it's day outside, so let's go outside and hopefully our neighbors won't come blow us up. Because I worked forever on this house. And then I like jump up here and I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to defeat this creeper with my bare hands. And so, it's exactly what I try to do. Which, well, you'll see. You'll see. And then I'm like, oh, wait. Wait for it. And then I'm like, oh man, you know what happens now? I go into my house, and then I decide to wait, and then I decide to go to Harriet Tubman's Underground Railroad, and guess what happens? It's flooded. That's an enemy way for monsters. Yep, that's what I said. And then I'm like, oh my god, current of water. And then I'm like, stupid noobs. Hello! This freaking microphone volume thingy, I swear, it's gonna drive me mad. Way-ho, way-ho, boom, 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 I hear say way-ho. And then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna build, and then I'm like, hey, I'm gonna build this water, and so that no one will see my secret underground railroad, which is like in bare sight. Go, little stream of water, go! And then I'm like talking about the conclusion, and I'm like, so yeah, this is the end, this is the conclusion to the first episode. What happened? There's like supposed to be like 4 minutes left in the video. Anyways, I'll talk about what happened at the end. Alright, so I'm like, hey, this is the conclusion to Minecraft Funcraft volume, episode 1. And then I'm like, and it's probably gonna be the only episode. No, I'm just kidding. I will make more. And then I go into all that stuff about the conclusion, and I'm like, bye. And then I'm like, so technically, if I said bye, it would mean it was the end, but it's not the end, so I'm not gonna say bye. But it is the end, so technically, I will say bye. And then I say bye, and then it cuts off. And so I'm not gonna talk for like 3 more minutes. So bye. Here is your surprise.